Good evening and welcome to the March 4th meeting of the Glenville Town Board. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Tonight I just ask for invocation that we take a moment to offer our own intentions silently. And join me in a moment of silence. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Please let the record show Councilman Martin and Councilman Pitlevani are absent. Councilman Ramatar?
Here.
Councilwoman Worsbowski? Here. Supervisor Ketzley?
Here. So with that, we'll start with our town council reports on my left with Councilman Ramatar.
No reports tonight, Mr. Supervisor.
Councilwoman Worsbowski.
I have no report, Mr. Supervisor.
Good, but we got through that before Jim got in here, so we didn't have to. Perfect. So now we'll move to item number 5, privilege of the floor. No one has signed up. Anyone wish to be heard at privilege of the floor? Anyone at all? Going once, going twice. Privilege of the floor is now closed. Never been to supervisor's comments so soon into the meeting. So I'll be brief in my comments tonight. I just wanted to bring the board up to date on a few things. Excuse me, one of the things I was able to spend some time this week looking at is a new software package. We talked about, well, I'm used to looking over here a lot, I just have the board over here. Talk about open data platform. We've talked about ways of trying to take our information, gather it into a coherent, meaningful report and share that with our residents and share it among ourselves in an easy and useful way. And so I took some time to talk with different providers of that type of technology. And you know, open data platform I think is an important thing for us to look at. And so as we go forward with these proposals, I asked the board to consider, obviously there's an investment in technology. There's a reporting module that we can look at. So for example, if someone has a pothole they want to report or a code enforcement issue they want to report, they don't have to necessarily find a phone number and call us up. They can go right online, they can issue the report. That report then lives online so that person can track how it's being addressed. And there's a system to that. We'd have to figure out how much we want to show in progress, complete, whatnot, but the resident can engage in this portal on this. You know, the thing is, we're finding more and more today, especially with the technology now available, residents want information. They want to be able to go to our financials and see our financials. And I think if you consider that the data we collect really belongs to the residents, doesn't belong to the town, it belongs to the residents, I think it's a platform that is worth looking at and going forward with. So I'll keep you up to date on that. Jason is going to join me Friday on 2 calls with 2 providers to talk about the system and how we want to go forward with it. I also just want to let you know I just got invited to the county on March 10th is holding another tax freeze meeting to determine how we want to go forward in this budget year with our tax freeze. If you recall, we have the tax cap, which means we're limited to 2% or CPI, whichever is less, and this year it's again looking less than 2%. If we stay under that cap in the 2015 budget, the money will come back, the levy will come back from the state in a check. Going forward, 16, 17, and 18, we have to show a 1% levy savings, our levy, not our total budget, our levy savings. For us, that's about $85,000. We have to show annually for 3 years out forward that we're saving that in either efficiency or consolidation efforts. And then, if we stay under the tax cap and do that, then our residents would get the amount of the levy back. So it's an extra wrinkle to the tax cap. It's the next kind of step. We have some decisions to make. We have to file, and Jason and Mike and I have talked about this, we have to file our efficiency and consolidation report by June 1st. I have to certify that, because someone said, well, what if you don't hit your numbers in 2017 or 2018? I have to certify that we are going to make our best efforts to make sure that we hit those efforts. The decision we'll have to make is, do we want to file that plan as a municipality ourselves, or we can join with another municipality to try to get the savings we need, or we can join in with the county and all get into that boat and try to show that, you know, through everybody we've all saved whatever they're. I think if we did that, we'd have to show $1.5 million savings countywide of all the municipalities. We alone would just have to show an $85,000 savings. So those are conversations we're going to have. I'm not quite sure what the report looks like, if it's a pro forma, just numbers, or if it's a narrative, or what we have to present. But Jason is looking into that, and we'll be talking about that as we go forward. But that meeting for the county, where the supervisors will be getting together at the county, is March 10th, and I'll know more then. As you saw, I think you saw the emails, Kevin is getting the comp plan committee and the resident advisory committee all the data they need to start looking at the comp plan rewrite. So that includes the survey results. If you haven't seen the survey results, I know we sent them out to the board. If you haven't seen that, it's interesting. He sent master plans, he sent the old comp plan, he sent zoning, our laws, our codes. So there's a lot that the committees are starting to look at to move forward on the comp plan rewrite, and we should have more information on that as we go forward. As you saw, planning and zoning took up our request for a zone change at the Freeman's Bridge Road regarding adult businesses and pawn shops and some of the changes we want to make there. In the discussions with business owners, landowners, planning and zoning members, the staff, there are other options, and we're going to look at all the options. It may not require a full-scale rezoning of Freeman's Bridge Road from RTD to general business. There may be an overlay district that we're able to employ there to protect that particular corridor from those uses. Obviously, with the casino coming, it does heighten our concern for that corridor. Some people have asked, well, it's always been zoned that, so why weren't you concerned about it before? And I think we were, but I think now the opportunity or the possibility has increased, and so we want to make sure we're ahead of that curve and not behind it. So it may not be, if you get a call from a business owner who says, hey, you know, I really want RTD because I'm planning on doing this or that or the other thing, indicate that it's not necessarily a full-scale zone change. We may be able to deal with the other tools, and they may be able to keep their RTD zoning, but we'll, as that goes through the process, continue to engage on that. I had the opportunity to meet with Highland Soccer to iron out the schedule this year. There's a bunch of conflicts. The good news is Melwick is becoming more popular and more people want to use it. The bad news is we only have so many fields and we can't accommodate everyone's needs. So we're trying to schedule that so that everybody, the Frisbee tournament, the lacrosse tournaments, they're all becoming more popular, and how that can coexist with the Highland Soccer Club. Obviously, I've talked to Jamie, we're going ahead with the park planning improvements, which are significant improvements. Hopefully within the next 2 years we'll have that complete, and then that will take care, alleviate a lot of the concerns on constraints on the fields, because we will be putting more fields in, and then we won't have these types of problems. But right now we're in a bit of a crunch. We're trying to accommodate everyone's needs. This morning I attended the Burn Hills Boston Lake Business Professional Association meeting. We had a good discussion. There was probably about 60 people there from the community, and a lot of the concerns were around the Route 50 potential sewer line project. And even they up there were talking about traffic study in casinos and the impact it would have, just not on Freeman's Bridge Road, but as far north as Route 50 corridor going up into the Burn Hills. Glad you can make it, Jim.
Sorry.
No, I know, you said you're going to be late. I'm gonna go back and start over again, just so you get.
Oh, great, I'm sure everybody appreciates
Because I don't
that.
trust you're gonna watch the video.
Oh, please.
On your own. And so there was a good discussion, but on that, the two things, the sewer study, the money we got from the CFA, the sewer study, RFP is out. We're waiting for the bids to come back, so once we are able to get those, and we'll start those, we'll start that study. And then the traffic study for the Freeman's Bridge Road and Maple Road is out as well, signed, and that traffic study will be started. That's the brief update. Just real quick on some financials. I know Jason emailed this to you, but had a pretty good year. We're looking at closing out 2014. The town general fund used $15,000 of the budgeted $244,000 fund balance allocation. Our mortgage revenues ended $135,000 below budget. That's a pretty big drop, $135,000 below. And the other big drop was the court revenues were $37,000 below budget. So that's not the good news piece of it. Our expenses included the $406,000 billed by the county UCC, which we anticipate some savings, but after we allocate some cost increase to the moving of that UCC, it won't be as big as I think reported by the county. The town outside the village had a surplus of $240,000 without using any budgeted $76,000 fund balance. And the good news there is our building permits revenues ended $34,000 above budget, and franchise fee revenues were $20,000 above budget. We saved about $90,000 from 2 budgeted retirements not taking place. You know, every year we have to try to figure out what the retirements are. We had 2 that didn't happen. And well, that helped in 2014. We ended up budgeting these retirements again in 2015. So they just rolled into 2015. It's in our 2015 budget. So that's kind of the overview on the financials. Some good news, some challenging news. But as I mentioned, we're watching 2 things closely: our mortgage tax and the CPI, which is looking like, I think last indication I had was about 1.3 maybe, somewhere in that area, which obviously is below the 2%. So we're talking, Jim, just that we not only have to stay under the tax cap, we have to find our tax-free shave of 1% of our levy, which is $85,000. So it's going to be a challenging budget year going forward. Anything else for me? Questions, comments, concerns? Thank you. So we'll move right into item number 7, which is a resolution authorizing the comptroller to execute a 6-year lease. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Currently, the town utilizes the 2001 Jacobson HR 5111 turf mower with 3,177 hours on the clock. And to effectively cut 50-plus acres, parkland grass, and the mower is required because the opening's not cutting it, no pun intended. Similar replacement mower Jacobson R311T is available and offered through MTE Turf Equipment for $56,911. This resolution is to authorize the controller to execute a 6-year lease with MTE Turf Equipment in the amount of $10,618 per year. That $10,000 will be budgeted from account, the 01 account, and the balance of the payment of $618 be transferred from the 01 account to the equipment line.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzler?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, resolution 8, appointing Howard, AKA Rob Conover. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Rob Conover was appointed to the position of maintenance helper effective November 30th, 2014, and since that appointment, he has proven to be a reliable and efficient employee. Recent retirement created a vacancy in the position for a full-time maintenance helper, so Mr. Conover is willing to accept the position of 40-hour work week. This resolution is to appoint him to the full-time position effective March 2nd, 2015, the starting rate of $28,907 a year and benefits as determined by CSEA.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramnatar?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, Resolution 9, approving the town board minutes for February 4th, 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion, changes? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramnatar?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes. Was that the meeting that I was not there? I abstained. I was absent. Thank you.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, Resolution 10, approving the town board minutes for February 18th, 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion, changes, alterations? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
That was being I missed, I'll abstain.
Councilman Ramnatar?
Yes.
You were absent.
Oh,
No, it was just me. We can't move.
the 18th.
It was just the two of us.
Oh, we can't move it.
We can't move it because there's only two. We don't have it. It was just the three of us.
Okay, we'll take.
I table that one. So, you don't have to do anything, I just table it, right? Okay. All right. That was a test for you guys. We'll move on to item number 11, new business. We'll start on my left with Councilman Ramsdale.
Just one item, Mr. Supervisor, as I think everyone's aware, this is my last board meeting, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's voted for me, given the opportunity the last 5 years to serve the town, and do the best I could to serve them and serve the town, and do the best that I can. And I want to also say thank you to all the departments that worked so effectively and efficiently within that time frame, and gave us that opportunity to be an effective team. And I want to thank you guys, everyone back here, including town board, your leadership, Mr. Supervisor, Linda, Mike, too many other people for me to name, Tommy, Mike, Jace, everyone else out there. Thank you very much for that opportunity, and I look forward to being a good resident.
Thank you. Councilman Wozzachowski.
Sid, I would just like to take this opportunity to say it's been a pleasure to serve with you. Your commitment to the community was matched by few. So thank you very much for your time. It's been great sitting next to you. The end of the day is won't look the same going forward.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Councilman Martin.
I want to echo those comments. I haven't served with Sid as much as some members of the board, but the time I served has been wonderful. Certainly a committed person to this board, to this community. I did have an opportunity to campaign with him. It was fun out on the trail, and he's a very dedicated person. He's going to be missed, but I wish him nothing but the best at the SBA. They're getting a fine addition.
Thank you.
Well, Sid, I like to tell the story. 6 years Sid and I have been working together, and then the first day that Sid and I met, we didn't get off to a real good start. I didn't realize I was irritating Sid, but everyone else in the room did, because all of a sudden the room cleared out and Sid got this look on his face that he was just going to kill me. And I was the only one that didn't pick up on it. Tom Capola was there, he exited, El Boulan exited, but that was our first campaign meeting of our first run, and it wasn't the best. I think we both looked at each other thinking, I don't know if it's going to work. And it's a sad thing when El Boulan's the voice of reason. So we started off a little shaky, but I gotta say, over the years, I think we've come together, we've worked well together, we got a lot of things accomplished. I think we became friends, and I've enjoyed working with you and all the things you've accomplished for the town. We'll miss you. I said it would, to the paper, be a hard seat to fill after you leave, but we do wish you the best, and I know you'll be around. You'll probably call and complain about some things here and there, but we wish you the best, and we hope to still see you around town.
I will be here. Thank you.
Anything else? Seeing none, motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second?
Second.
Moved in second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We are in executive session. Sorry, we're going to table that motion. That was another test. We are going to go to executive session to discuss a personnel matter. We don't expect to conduct business afterwards, so you're free to go. As far as don't wait for us to come out and conduct any business after that. but it will be for a personnel matter. So I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel matter.
I'll move that.
Second?
I'll second
All in
that.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're in executive session. Thank you.